Whoa, everybody! We're back into Genshin. Oh, whoa!
Wow.
Oh, wow! Happy Trolls Lurky, happy Biko, happy Slappy, happy everybody. How we doing? Alright. We're gonna be doing more Genshin story quest in the Fontaine.
The Fontaine.
Yeah. And we're gonna go right in.
I think you have.
Look, I have
you have
14 pulls ready for the next banner.
Or when.
In the hopes that it's current. In the hopes. Please. Give.
I think after this you have one more story quest. So you're almost done.
I came here several times with my father when I was little.
Oh, hi, Navia.
Stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
I forgot why we were going to the hotel.
We haven't eaten at a hotel like this.
Celebration feast.
Paimon's getting excited already.
What?
In that case, I'll go order for
What'd
us
you say?
first. Please wait here.
We were last time we left off. We finished all the stuff, and Navi wanted to give us like a celebratory feast.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So good.
Why my mouth flap's not moving again?
Fontaine sure know
damn
how
it.
to enjoy life. Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like.
Look-
If the
look at
food's
that,
good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
Look at that
And if
crusty
it's
food.
not, well, then
Mouth
I'll
flaps?
still
Oh, there they
bring
go.
everyone.
Hello, mouth flaps.
Albeit
How
with
we
only
doing?
one
Are we
dish
back?
per
Okay.
table. You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all. Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Yes, more food.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
Don't question it. Don't question it.
Navia's treating you. Treat her with respect, Paimon.
Do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Oof.
Well,
Ouch.
we've
my
certainly
bones.
taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after. If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that. Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before. Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
It can't be that easy. Why would it be that easy?
In
Mouth
such
flaps are moving again.
investigations,
What
even
is
the
wrong
smallest
with
step
you?
can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off.
Why? Why
to be
no
honest,
move?
I
Why
don't
no
have
work?
high hopes
Send
for any
help.
follow-up that the authorities
Because
might
I'm here,
conduct.
and I'm here because of
It's not that
Scuff,
I don't
apparently.
have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in
Okay.
some matters.
It's just gonna keep
It's
going.
easy
in
to
and out.
guard
It's fine.
against and deceive a single
This is
narrow
fine.
perspective.
This is fine.
A shift in thinking
Everything's
is required
fine.
at such times in order to produce a breakthrough.
As long as you guys
Which
can
is
hear me,
exactly
I
why the
guess.
Spina di Rosula exists. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve. Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
Everything's always more
It's all right.
complicated.
Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like,
Oh, I love
what are your
her
future
nails. I
plans?
didn't notice them before.
Yeah.
Those are so pretty. Oh my god.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to
Oh
speak to her
my
after the
god.
trial
Look
ended.
at her nails.
It didn't really seem
Oh
like
my
the
god,
right time
Becky.
and place to do it anyway.
My name
see.
is Flora.
Your primary objective,
And for
which has been
5,000
foiled
points,
so
you can
far,
summon me.
was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while.
Excuse me, I'm the
considering
fucking
that you missed your
traveler,
chance
bitch.
today.
I get first call. Okay.
I dealt with the Shogun, and, you know.
You know how many times I've saved the fucking world? Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Guess that's Spina-di-Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
Wait, what?
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Interesting
Something
maneuver.
a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Right?
Alright, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed.
What?
Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers.
That
Don't
sounds
let her
so
go back to sleep until
sus.
she answers all your questions.
Navia,
I can personally
bet.
testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That's so sus, Navia. Please. Please stop.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
Good,
Alright,
Navia.
alright, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense. Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
My what?
Was this your drink?
My bad.
Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Steals drink and then immediately bashes it right after.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Yeah, thanks, girl. Appreciate you, girl.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You can try walking, you know.
Be so normal. You know, like you.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
she's never-
sorry for being normal.
As for expenses,
I don't think
this month,
Paimon's ever
we
walked
have left.
ever. So
No, she never has.
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing.
Think about my
It was
wife.
just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di
Wait, what?
Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia.
Sorry
So
about
this is
your
the guy, huh?
financial
Well,
status,
if you do
but
encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're
see you
always
later.
welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority.
thank you so much. Appreciate you, Navia.
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya.
Yes, we will be meeting again. Yes.
I love how they
Alright.
do the. I like how they've been doing the title cards recently. How they just like a simple pan out to the sky and then ploop.
Boop. There it is. Just looks so much more aesthetically pleasing, I guess. I don't know. Mona just seems so fitting for this region.
Yeah.
Boop.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Oh, hello?
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Yes.
Ugh. spooky.
That happens to me a
Are
lot,
you
actually.
sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache? Vache?
Who the fuck is that?
Damn it, Nilo, why'd you give him that many shrooms?
Towards it. There might be something nasty in the
I
water.
haven't even like gone and gathered shrooms in a while, but hey,
Hang on.
I guess the effects are still lingering.
I'm going to hear a voice. It's calling for.
I've been
Vache,
collecting the.
right? Hey, traveler.
Oh my god,
Stop
are we?
walking.
We are very high.
me
What the fuck?
We are.
What the hell is going on?
Nilo, what did you do to us?
Maybe it's Calais. Maybe Calais' been feeding us shrooms. I don't know.
Vache? Are you my dear Vache?
I don't
No,
know who
wait.
that is.
You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my
I'm
love is?
sorry.
I-
Who the fuck are you?
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My
Just don't
memories
ask me to
feel
fight
like they
you,
have been
because you're
washed
fucking
away
annoying
like
to
a
fight.
flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered.
I think the Oceanid
much
is still
have I
like my
lost?
least favorite boss,
How
like
many
out of every
things that I
single
once
boss.
held dear while on land?
Yeah,
She's
but
just so
if-
annoying.
Forgotten.
yeah,
Yes,
but if you have
that
like
is what I
a
was
electro
once.
or a cryo, it's
But now,
Yeah.
I am but the
It's just because it
consciousness of
takes so
one
long
who
because you have to wait
lost
for her to
their
summon
form.
more things. And that's the only way you can kill her.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim. I also remember going to many
That would
places.
make sense.
I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril.
That sounds like us, huh?
No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be. No, our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way
What do
for
you
us
mean?
to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember. Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth. Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy,
Interesting.
with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time,
Thirsty.
and only
We
then
thirsty
sees how
now.
they've lived for so long in a world of endless
Literally.
want and
Literally.
anxiety. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
no, that's my food. But you know,
Wait, what?
she was saying to your companion is she can hear your companion. I was like, yeah, you know, and that's not my companion, it's my food. But you know,
Oh, my emergency food.
Farewell then.
Yeah,
I
my
am glad
emergency
that you were
food.
able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
it would be nice if you gave us a description. But you know,
Oh my god, hello.
what? Hello.
What the fuck is going on? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, everything's gone to hell.
Get him, Navia. Fuck him up. That's what I'm talking about. Damn, she went flying.
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Oh Lord, she coming.
The girl? The waifu? Oh, hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about this cutscene. How she just slowly approaches.
Damn. She's so fucking cool. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, she's got my gun! Fucking get on, bitch. Hell yeah. Oh, she has a sword. Okay, cool. Rapier makes sense. Oh, they're gay. the glance, they're automatically gay.
Like the little romance, like jazz music I played.
I should
the epic sax music.
But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you.
Oh, whoa!
It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I
She's
believe
protecting
that
her
following someone
waifu.
without their knowledge is actually called stalking. Is it
Listen, it's not that
Mr.
deep.
Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
not? Do not speak of my father.
Ooh.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Okay.
Sorry,
Some backstory going on.
did not consider your
Okay,
feelings.
okay.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
My work here is done. I'm gonna leave.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, she's...
Who was that?
Oh, thank goodness! Prima thought we were done for!
Cough, cough.
Those Gardamex
Not totally not simping. Nope. Nope, 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 nope.
saved us!
Nothing gay happening here. Nope, 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 nope.
Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too!
Speaking
We got lucky
of,
there.
I should have
Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
sound alert that might sound something gay. I don't know.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast.
Yes.
As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
Damn, you're gonna be an old man.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Cool, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought.
And she just loses a leg.
All thanks to
Hey!
you grabbing
Wait, what?
my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors, so how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall,
Did
had also
somebody
been a
drug
bit off.
us?
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Oh. But she's Fontanian, so it didn't...
If you hadn't drunk that cup for me,
Spina di Rosula
Oh, wait.
is preparing the grandest of awards for
It
you
only
as we
works
speak
on
for
people from
saving the
Fontaine,
boss.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
And clearly Paimon and the Traveler are not even from Tibet, so...
Yeah. I mean, we were affected somewhat,
I
but
sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate.
not. We definitely weren't gonna
But
dissolve.
whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out
I mean, if
that
we
you
did
might be
dissolve,
in
then it's just
danger,
roll
and
credits at
hurried
that
here
point.
as quickly as I could.
Roll credits. There's the end of the
Why would
game.
they go after us too?
Man, how
All we did was
fucking
defend
mad
the
would everybody be at that
important
point?
name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be coincidence that the Traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then? Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh, that is important.
I'm full of important knowledge.
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened? Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Okie dokie.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Of
Well,
course.
you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Oh, it will go slow.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so
Give
pleased.
me all your Nori.
You are the face of Spina di Rosula.
All of
after
it.
all.
All of it.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you.
Yeah.
We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Oh, I so totally trust you guys. Don't worry.
I'm totally not gonna, help you investigate for other ulterior motives.
Wait, what? What? What did you have? What did you have in mind, sir?
You singing Clarina?
Never gonna dance again. Get defeated, got no rhythm. Okay, I need 3 more of the hydro sigils too. I was gonna say, since we're at the court, they're the
The fountain.
fountain, but I need 3 more because you have to have 30. So close and yet so far.
I forgot about that cutscene, so as soon as I saw Navi, I was like, wait a minute. I remember this now. I was like, oh god, this is gonna lose again.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's gay. No other explanation needed.
I think that was the cutscene that kicked that ship
It's right
off,
up ahead.
too.
Oh yeah.
Let's make sure
The look,
we're
man.
first.
I've
It
been
was
keeping watch,
so
Mademoiselle. I haven't
intense.
spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Yeah, suspicious.
Very good. But
Definitely
let's
not
let
us.
our
We're not
guard down
suspicious
for
at
now.
all.
I shall find room.
I do want to eventually, if I ever get a stream deck with
Thank you,
soundboard in
Melissa.
it,
Now,
I want
let's
to
continue, traveler.
I want to add like the beginning of Worthy from Ruby. So every time like there's a ship happening, you just hear hey, her, me. It's like, yep, it's a thing.
There it is. It's gay.
Just insert Worthy, like the beginning of Worthy
Yeah.
into the soundboard.
Oh, it's such a. As soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, this is fucking happening. The gay is happening. It's official.
Oh god, be careful.
Oh no, I'll just die. It's fine. Don't worry about me. It's fine. I got revives because I do this all the time. I fall to my death quite often, actually. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Where the
This is what
fuck
these
am
are one of-
I?
I forgot. This is the waypoint you need that you got.
Yeah,
walked
that I've been
into.
missing. It was story blocked. I knew it. Oh, the steps are not very Mona friendly.
No.
Just curious. I want to see what down here looks like. Interesting. Okay. I know I need to go down lower though. At least I think I do.
Just Mona on the stairs was just.
Yeah. She's like, listen, you're blocking my flow, okay? Listen here. Interesting accommodations you have here. Very interesting. It's like
Very
the slums, it looks like.
Oh my god, from FF7?
Yeah.
Jeez. I actually never put that
Oh, I mean,
comparison
FF7
together.
is like very steampunky, so yeah.
I
Makes
never
sense.
put that together. I never put that together. It's actually a good comparison.
Thank you. I'm full of great ideas. Oh, the apples. Yes, I've never seen them before in my life. Look, I'll teleport waypoints. Let's fucking go, everybody. I'm so good. So good. Oh, hello, Valerie. Where's Melis? Oh, there you are. Hello. Hello, old man.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
So, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately.
I spent all my
After
money on my
all,
outfit.
We don't allow illegal or unethical
And
profiteering.
chocolates for my girl.
In
What?
fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's
Or
tough times for
macaroons. I'm sure
everyone.
those aren't cheap to make.
But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
You're doing your
Your
best, girl.
father.
It's okay.
He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
He's trying your best.
Mademoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But Strangely,
Why did he take
he
the
not only
duel?
requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel,
Huh.
he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
It's a good question.
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
I forgot about that.
Damn.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful.
Yep.
Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
And there is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Plot
Oh.
twist.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
You still gonna sip for
Clorand
her?
has always placed great emphasis on
Well,
the
hell yeah.
honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Ah, so he planned to die in it.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Interesting.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end. Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah, no kidding.
Paimon's feet.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Okay, where we can go?
Paimon slept so safe. Huh?
Don't jinx it.
Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de
Poisson.
Rosula's place of
Croissant.
origin, and where we have our
Croissant.
headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence appear?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
Never too late.
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept. If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we? Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
Sus?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Sus?
Sus?
Hmm?
Sus? They're just giving you primos.
Thank you for your sacrifice. Okay, just a moment.
Thank you for your sacrifices on, selling your soul to Genshin. Here's primos.
Yes, here's Primos.
Ballet
Right.
is right up ahead. Come on.
Dance. Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head all day. God damn it. Guilty Peter got no rhythm. I do ship them though, quite a lot right now.
Especially after that cutscene.
The face, man, it's kind of hard not to.
Oh man, the music is so good.
Yeah, I love the music in this region. Very pretty. Much
Very.
fun.
Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters.
Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Neuvillette's files are really secure.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell.
If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
Damn.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Linny.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys. It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Oh, she
Angle
doesn't
butt.
even know.
Of course. Don't worry.
That
We're here
angle,
on
by the way,
official
they showed
business.
of the traveling
Trust
Navia,
us.
like the height difference,
All
like,
right then, I'll
God.
let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Thanks so much.
Alright, let's go meet Noctis.
Wow.
Please come in.
Hello? Let me in!
Let me.
Let me in, let me in, let me in! Let me in, let me in, let me in!
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet. We only lied to get in because we didn't know any other way.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Nervalet. We'll take our leave now.
Yeah.
Ahem.
Ahem.
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
Aww. That's so nice of him to say, though.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Nervalet? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should.
Ouch.
It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die, despised and hated by all? Everything
She gonna make me cry.
was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Damn.
Ouch. Pain. Without
I tell you
love, pain. Can't
I
get
tell you-
enough pain. Sorry.
No, you're good. I tell you, this girl's been through a lot,
That's
man.
some trauma, bro. I have a feeling, though, that Clorinde has been through a lot of
I'm
trauma,
fine.
too. Like, I don't feel like she
Rain.
wanted to do that.
It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain? Yeah.
That's an
And if that's what had
interesting
happened,
thought.
then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Oh my god, I
Do you
just
wanna
saw
go
some
with me
fan
now?
art. Hold on.
Or do you want to head
I'll
over
send it
by
to you.
yourself later?
It's
Oh,
Genshin
boy.
and Ruby related.
Oh, I thought it was
Look how cute!
Aww. That is actually cute.
Love that. So fitting too, like their colors match and everything. Anyways!
Great. Let's go then.
Although I kind of feel like they should have made Weiss a cryo, but I digress. Oh? Oh?
Let's get back to
Primo?
Poisson.
Primo? Primo?
Primo?
No, it's not a Primo, it's the Hydra thing. Hydra.
Every time when Genshin players hear Primos, they just go, they just become like the birds from Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Mine? How? Where? Wherefore art thou? Hydrocalos. Hydrocalos.
I am thou art I. I'll give me some stupid currency.
What? Give me this damn currency. Where is
Yeah,
it?
by the way, I wouldn't put it past you to cry.
It's behind the waterfall. Okay.
By the way, I wouldn't put it past you to
that?
actually like. I would have put it past you to ball out during that Navia scene because I did
God.
actually. I did during my first time seeing that cutscene. I was like,
don't know.
Jesus.
We'll find it later. It's fine.
It takes a lot for me to cry in video games. Like, Raiden Shogun's last Archon story did it for me.
Don't you be doing it, fam.
Whoa.
I've been sleeping all
What a
fucking day.
huge
I gotta be awake right now.
Why would a ship be
That's it.
anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base.
can't.
Our home.
Poisson. I'm gonna laugh at it every fucking time. Okay, anyways.
Just every time
Don't
you hear
mind
Poisson,
me.
you just go. I mean, it kind of works because this whole region's just what French themed basically.
Yeah, croissant. I'm such a child. Oh, there it is. Hello.
You're the child. I'm the one who laughs at the Uranus.
That's a scientific thing, bro. Get over yourself. But croissant, poisson. on, Mona. Let's go. Oh, it's just the stairs. This part's fine. Okay.
Zoom, zoom.
This way. Oh, yes, this way. Up. Oh, God.
He made a
Went
left.
right through.
Yeah, like a hard left.
Deja vu. I just been in this place before. High on the streets. No, it's my time to go. Calling you in the circles of mystery. Hello, sir. I've just been zooming. Don't mind me.
Maloose,
Just
we're
zooming,
back.
grooving, moving, wooving.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partner.
Yes.
You said before
We're
that
very
you still had
important.
some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions. And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything.
Damn.
It's an extremely
Sounds like
dangerous
some hard
substance.
drugs right there.
As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all. Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene. Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired. You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as your and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning. Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth
Helped
is
out.
still here. Callous the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, Demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Maloose?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, Demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
Wait, what?
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had
But
been
the twist!
diagnosed with a rare
The
illness.
twist.
The doctors told him that he had
Aww.
no more than 5 years left to live. And the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina de Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No. I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
Damn.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters. When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
Huh. That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson.
I was about to say, the long pause.
Size and
That's like,
In
and?
the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods.
I was just
but
giving him a
now
break
they're
from talking for
one
a
of the
second.
richest guilds around.
He's been
Lots of
talking
business
for a
connections in the
while.
city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques'
Are you
death.
literally laughing at the word
After that
booty?
incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also
What
pay them a
a
visit.
child.
I can make the
And
necessary.
you say you're a child. I'm the most child in this whole group.
Much, Malus. You really are the best.
A new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together to uncover the truth.
Song keeps
and
coming in
end
my
this
brain.
case
Stop
once
it.
and for all.
Okay. We're doing more investigating, it looks like.
A body has been discovered.
What? Oh, look
You
at this
know-
kitty cat he's playing! Oh, kitty cat. Did you see him rolling around? Oh, happy kitty cat. Look at him doing
Too bad you can't pet him.
so cute. I want to pet him so bad. Please, Genshin. Please.
Make an update where you can pet the
Please.
animals.
Please. Oh. Oh. Hello?
I was about to say you're zooming on Mona's butt.
No, I was looking for the thing. But you know, since we're here, I'm just kidding. It's up there. I see it. Yes, climb. Oh, there's another one, but it's up probably. Anyways, wait, what? It's gotta be up. Oh, where are we going? Visit the Joch family.
I can't take that name seriously because I just think of Ruby. Jacques Sneed, you're under arrest. Can I do that?
Oh, you mean? Did you mean the
It
asshole?
is settled then. Please.
Thank you for arranging everything.
Oh, I didn't mean to
Asshole.
skip that. My bad.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't
Excuse
know
me,
how
bitch.
to face you. Because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
What a bitch.
I'm sorry.
Listen
I
here,
appreciate
you
the
little
sentiment,
shit.
but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the
I'm
matter
doing my
regarding
best
husband,
here.
My daughter and I have
Yeah,
more or
really.
less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything.
So when Mr. Callis
Money
came
isn't
to him
everything,
with a proposal,
guys.
he accepted it
The
almost
moral
immediately.
of the day. Get it? Moral.
He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out
Perfect,
about his
thank
betrayal?
Thank you,
Papa
thank
didn't
you.
say that exactly. But Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Yeah, and you sound
Before
like
he
an
left that
ungrateful little
day,
shit.
He told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Does that mean?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Emotional damage.
Right?
That's all considered.
Fucking sure.
Are you okay, Navi?
That's literally that whole scene in a nutshell.
I'm fine.
Just
Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Laurent should be
like
nearby,
damn,
and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city.
like Navia just needs a hug.
Yeah, she does.
Greetings, boss.
Chloris.
How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House.
I mean, that's probably what she
Someone
does.
got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
All I
So you
remember is he was
also
wearing a
remember
red
2
spacesuit
gunshots
and he was pretty sus.
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned, do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
At least from our perspective, My father had no reason to kill, so he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then, I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Yeah. Alright, where we going? Go to the court of Fontaine. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, hello. I didn't expect him to be so close.
Thierry,
Goddamn.
It's me.
Oh,
Right there.
now, what brings you here, Miss Navia?
Nani?
I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh,
right.
So you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in
Can you
that?
pause it?
Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
What?
He knew they knew what they were doing. As soon as they got the line, as soon as they got the piece of paper in his hands, he goes, "All right, action." He says, "Poisson."
Poisson!
He knew what he was doing.
He's
Like,
already
where I
sus.
work
I
is
already
really
don't
up to
trust
me.
him.
Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson.
Okay.
Did a fantastic job in the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions.
Like he's
in my
tried
way.
so badly
Next
to
to
say it like the
impossible for me to
croissant
find
meme.
He
a
really
similarly
is.
easy but high-paying job in the city.
He's already sus.
Anyway,
I already don't
Enough
like him.
chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Linny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my
Poisson!
Now would you
Why
like?
do ask? We definitely can't use.
Now
them
would you
to
like
forcefully
thick
get
thigh
more evidence
robot
for your
or less
father's
thick
case.
thigh
Oh.
robot?
You see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city.
Yeah. You know
So-
anything about that?
If you, hypothetically, wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage.
I mean, you could.
If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So
sus.
Whoever their owner is must
just
be
very
super rich,
sus.
powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
No, he's not.
Navia, you're just
He's-
saying that.
He's sus.
Thank you for the vote of confidence,
Freak right
Navia.
now.
Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so
Sure you
just
do,
come find
buddy.
me if you
Sure
need any
you do.
support from the guards.
Buddy, you're being sus.
He's
being...
the most sus that we've investigated so far. Oh, here is cute pic of Kitty I'm sending you.
Kitty. Aw, Kitty.
Kitty happy. Kitty get cuddles and pets. If I don't at least touch her with my hand, she starts crying. So I'm like, okay, here is a hand you may lay on, so that you may feel comforted in some capacity while I am streaming.
Meow.
Yeah. Hello, Marcel. Are you being sus today?
Hello. How may I help you?
Man, I could not be an
I'm here to see
investigator. I would
Marcel.
just be
Could you
bad
please let him
cop
know?
the whole fucking
You
time.
can just say
That-
Navia's
that-
looking for him.
That's why.
Sure.
That's why one of
I
these
will let him know
days,
right away.
whenever you feel up to it, we all need to get together. Like you, me, Alice, everyone. We all need to play like Among Us.
Oh yeah,
Navi,
I
hello.
played it. I
Sorry
did
to
a
keep you waiting.
maybe if I do a
Not
really
as young
long
as I used
12-hour
to be,
stream
so my
again.
legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
Oh.
Oh,
That's right.
Nani?
I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
Thank you.
To
Thank
beat
you.
the Hydra
I've played
Archon
a
at
few
her own
doggone
game on her own turf.
games
I
in
can
my
already
day.
imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Everybody, hydrate.
Oh, you're giving us so
Hydrate.
much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas.
It's the
it
perfect
seems
region
things
for
are
the
heating up
hydrate.
again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon
Well,
become a
not
thing
right
of
now
the past.
because unless you want to go
But
poof.
rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always
I mean,
remain a
as long
safe
as
haven.
we know that there's
If
no
you're scared,
primordial
you can always
seawater in
return
it.
there.
Sorry,
anyone
I just heard
dares
poisson.
Poisson!
The Confrérie
That's
of
what I should have
Cabrera
named the
will
stream
use its
title
funds
had
to
I
the
had
last
known.
Mora to bring them to justice.
I mean,
Thank
you
you,
still have to do
Uncle Marcel.
Navia's thing.
But I don't intend to go into hiding.
You still gotta do Navia's
I'm going
story
to strike
thing
while the
because
iron's
you
hot.
have hers.
that'll be
Do you
after
have
I
any new
finish
thoughts on my father's
Yeah, no,
place?
all of it. I know.
All 3 story quests, right? So.
Yeah, you have a chance to leave. You have a chance to go
My
Poisson.
age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible
Sounds
for that
like
banquet,
a
so I was out and about
excuse,
the whole time, making
old
sure
man.
things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time
That's
to drink
okay.
with
I
the
have
guests.
really shitty memory
Then I
too,
heard the sound
and I'm
of a
not even
gunshot,
that old.
and the rest was history.
It's just my ADHD and chronic fatigue that
it's
makes me
okay.
forget everything.
No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora.
Well, that makes you sound sus.
All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Is it kind of sad that I want a chibi art of Navia holding a handy dandy notebook?
Oh, Investigator Navia. Very cute.
Like I just want like a handy dandy notebook Navia.
Honestly, I kind of want like Danganronpa Fontaine fan art right now. Like
there is some.
We've
I think there
talked to
is
all
some.
3 suspects.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Purely based on their conversations
yeah,
with
because
me.
it's so much.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many
true.
years.
A lot of people are really good at
Even though we didn't make a breakthrough,
hiding.
let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start? Ah, you're right! Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
Oh? And why is that?
Yes. Love it.
I saw it and I was like, oh, this is even better.
Already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the Order and seek protection from my father. Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory. I will be out.
He's quitting
The
though.
attack
So.
from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit
I'm
as
waiting
well.
on that. I'm waiting on
Our
that.
enemy has become more
I don't know.
antsy
I
after the
just have
secret
seen
of the
it
primordial
everywhere.
seawater was
No, I
revealed.
know. I'll believe it when I see it because YouTubers can just
Yeah.
change their mind.
That we'd follow this
Right.
lead to the end?
Given
I've never made an
everything that's
official
happened
statement,
since,
but
it's quite
like
possible.
a lot of times I've like
Who
quit for a
among the
while
3
and then come
suspects
back to
would have the
streaming,
ability
so
to
I
control
understand
privately
like
owned Gardamex?
Well-
Sus. You say? Huh.
he is so fucking
It's possible
sus.
that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
You're wrong.
I was wrong. He's so sus though. What?
Uncle
I don't
Marcel? My father did really
If it makes you
trust
feel
him,
better, that was my first pick
and they
too.
worked together on a
He's
large
so
number of projects.
sus.
Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business? Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
I would
Exactly.
assume they're
He can't.
expensive.
And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Who could it be?
I think. Poisson. Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, I want to suspect him, but he's also kind of sus, too. He's too broke. It's one of these two. Oh. Marcel.
You know,
he does have the funds.
If you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the
I
most
still say
suspicious of
Thierry's
them
more suspicious. But he's probably just his voice actor.
Oof, sorry, man.
Sorry. He did a great job voicing him, but he sounded very sus.
Malus has always been very
Yeah,
reliable.
he's the only one that had the
and his
funds
judgment
to
of
do
others'
it,
trustworthiness
probably,
has
and
been fair
he
and
wouldn't
well
be under the
considered.
eye of the
When
military.
he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect
But
is
he keeps
knowledgeable
saying,
about
I
the
don't know
Spina's internal
anything, I don't
affairs,
remember,
has
which
the
is
means
very
to
sus.
dispatch Mecha to assassinate us.
I don't
possesses
know. I
significant
don't know
intellect
anything. I don't know. I'm innocent.
I'm old. My
I don't want to
memory
believe it.
sucks.
I'm starting
Yeah.
to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, we could go
Malus
investigate.
did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have
I
any
mean,
other
when do
options
we
right now.
ever do anything that's not extremely risky?
We need far more solid
Right,
proof
show,
before
A's
we
just
can
right
hope to go
behind her
charging
going
in on
like,
our
trust
enemy.
me, they've done more
Oh,
risky
yeah.
stuff.
Here you are.
Oh, yeah.
I've been looking for you.
Poisson.
Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Every time I look at him, I just immediately think of the
Yeah.
word.
News came from Irenaeus just after you left.
Oh, for
We've got
real?
another trial on our hands.
Goddamn.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui Harbinger called
Not
Tilapia.
child! He is very sus, though,
What?
it's true.
Is that someone you know?
She's like, who the fuck is this?
We know him. Maybe even a little too well.
You know, because the whole fan base ships
He's
ships
been
her with
accused
them.
of being the true culprit
Hey,
behind the serial disappearances
Yeah.
case.
Yup.
That's me with every straight Genshin
That's
ship,
how investigations have
so...
had anything to
My
do.
head!
That's what I thought was strange about
Yeah.
it, so I came to tell you
Ben
the
and
news
official
right
are
away.
cute. Don't get it
If the
twisted.
charge against him stands, then it'll be
They're
next to impossible to get
okay.
the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because
But
they
Bennett
think
and
they've already
Razor,
found the
though.
culprit.
Babies.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder than to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence. Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
Yes?
Just as expected of my partner.
I'm very strong.
Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open.
Big brain time.
You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
I got you.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Linny's trial.
Yeah.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malou, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and
Poisson.
figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence
too
will
perfect.
be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Yeah.
I gotta
Thank
edit
you
the
so
Carl
much.
Weezer video now.
Let's make
Hey, you
place
gotta
for
finish
Aramis.
that poisson.
Come on, traveler. I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then.
Oh, now that I'm playing this for a second time, or I'm actually watching this for the second time, every time I hear croissant now, it's all I'm gonna think of.
We should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head.
Oh, I just stopped
Nobody
her
knows.
mid-sentence. Sorry, Paimon!
Paimon's just like, wait, why'd you interrupt Paimon?
Listen here.
According to Malus's info, the synth production base is
Flower.
underwater.
Oh, I have some experience with this. Yes. I've been exploring all of these waters.
Are you liking the water mechanic?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The combat's kind of odd, but I'm kind of getting used to it.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get used to the combat. I just like the fact now that you don't have to like rely on a meter just to like, rely on oxygen and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, are they ever going to explain how you can breathe underwater in this universe? No.
Do we need to know them? Oh, okay. I was gonna go try and get the treasure chest, but that's okay.
Found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to
Paimon,
the synth
shut up.
production
There's something
base.
there. Paimon, shut up. Look up. Look up.
Look at that floaty orb above you!
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures
I'll be right
and
back.
mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
Inside the opera, yes. Perfect.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances
Wait, what?
case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate
course
in a
he's
duel
gonna
to
do the
clear their
deal.
name.
The
Is that
duel.
right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received.
He just wants to fight.
When
Don't
I
give a
privately
shit.
sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Hey! Don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of
But
battle.
you don't have your freaking...
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very
he
little
doesn't have
progress.
his vision, so how is he
In
supposed
that
to
case,
fight?
let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway, so I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
I'm back. I see you're in a trial.
I'm back, baby.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
I will charge at him with my
case, I
claymore.
declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court.
Bailiff, whack his pee. Bailiff, whack his pee-pee.
Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial. Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Are you
Exactly
Farina?
correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Oh, I have to click it. Okay,
During
sorry.
the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
Okay.
When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel. Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries. These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Yes, refute.
Oh, we're fighting Nervalette.
Two gunshots. Got a motive to kill.
Something's...
Oh. But he didn't carry a gun, so...
Insert like the Danganronpa.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered, and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and had sent out another assassin.
They found the primary suspect holding a gun. Did not bring a gun with him. Details of the case. Third person at the scene. Clothing of an unknown person.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
Second must have taken Jacques' life.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
Yes.
Realizing
See?
this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
See, this took me a long time to do, surprisingly.
I'm big brain. I got this. I got this. Get wrecked. Get objected.
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
What a bitch.
Wow.
Listen here.
But I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time.
Why are you wiggling your
regardless
eyebrows,
of age or
Silver? Did you
gender.
see that? Look at
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to
He's
be
doing
a
the
reasonable
anime gif with the girl who moves her
Right.
eyebrows up and down.
You're acting sus, Silver.
Like acting a little differently.
I think it's just his
Maybe
blinking
she's scared of
animation, but
embarrassing
because he
herself
has the sunglasses on,
Alternatively,
it looks
she's
like he's
become more
wiggling his
diligent
eyebrows.
after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
Like, uh-huh.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel.
Oh.
If the truth is indeed as you described,
Look who's there.
then why
Oh.
didn't Mr.
Don't
Callis
distract me with
explain
gay
himself in
things.
court?
How dare you?
If he had
How
testified
dare
that
you.
a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had
Yes.
gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand.
Oh.
Snap.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
She just wants to see the
I
drama.
concur. However, Miss Navia,
Yeah,
you
she
still
just-
have not
she just
explained
wants to
He's
grab
here
some
for the
popcorn.
tea. Spill the tea.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callis. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And, at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So
Sus!
that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's
Oh,
one of your most
don't
endearing
even.
traits.
Oh,
Don't
now you say that.
even.
No need to
Now you
appeal
say
to
this stuff.
pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Don't know what you can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was
he's
young
from
to come to Poisson
Snezhnaya.
and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy. At this rate, Nagi will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings.
Don't even.
Once you learn to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
Are you done?
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache? So you do know that name?
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Oh, damn. I want to see more of the tea. Okay. The tea! I need...
Farina's just sitting there with
Wait,
popcorn.
I wasn't ready. I wanted to go and... Okay, fine. They didn't let me get the damn thing.
Farina's just sitting there with...
Rude as fuck.
Farina's just sitting there with, like, popcorn and tea in both hands.
Oh. Party setup. What are we fighting? These guys? Okay, that's fine.
Bark.
Shadows of fate, shine down.
I used this team for a while. I'm pretty confident.
Let me scry. There is no escape.
Once I get Lynette skills out, I want to start using her a little bit. just for funsies.
Yeah, she would be a good teammate to replace probably maybe Kale with.
But I like
Kale. Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
This music's intense, I'm scared.
I'm scared. You've seen this before!
No, I know, just my reactions remain the same.
Yeah, right.
Thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Oh, hey, crab. What's up, buddy? I'll take that, thank you. What are we looking for? Oh, that right there. Bet.
Bet.
Nori's like, confusion? Oh, there it is, okay.
I don't know why, but I have the meme of bread, the bread meme stuck in my head. Oh yeah, that's a nice cut. Bread.
Oh, we're getting the current. Hold up, hold up.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
Oh, can we, Paimon?
This is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Hey, we'll figure it out. We always do, right, guys? We always find a way.
Yeah, and hey, when you get Lynette on your team, you can do the special animation for Fontaine characters where you can
That's
dive.
true. I was also just wanting to play a Fontaine character in general.
Delve into death. Shine
Since I can't have Forensia. But as soon as she comes out, oh, I'm building out so bad, like, as fast as I can.
Illusion shattered.
Giving her the best freaking sword.
There is no escape. Shadows of fate.
Guys.
Illusion shattered. Let me scry. There is no escape. Delves into destiny. Illusion shattered.
Life goes on.
Listen, Mona's just here to pay rent.
Right? But she's such a mood, though. This should pay rent for a while. That's why I love when she opens the chest. Yep.
Yeah, Venti's got the best treasure chest line. Think Barbados. Wait a minute.
I don't like the way you just laughed like that, Paimon. She was like way too energetic about that.
Guys.
The person who did the murders?
Paimon.
Wait.
Paimon is now the culprit. Damn. Garrick Paimon. I said what I said.
This whole story mode has been brought to you by Genshin Clue.
Genshin Danganronpa. Okay, I can't break that. I wanted to try.
Yeah, it's like a Zelda instinct where
yeah,
like,
right. You gotta break all the pots. Yeah. Oh, it's a timed thing, perhaps. No, it stays. Okay.
If it was timed, it would have been like, run, bitch, run.
Sometimes they don't tell you; they just let you figure it out.
There is no escape. Now you shall perish.
fucking brave.
Decided by destiny.
Illusion shattered. Oh, you said reinforcement. You had to send your pet dogs.
Bark. Actually, wait a minute. Do I have it here?
You probably have food.
Bark.
Yeah. Exactly. Alright. We did it, everybody. Pretty area.
I really need to get a stream deck, so I don't have to keep looking through Discord.
Hey, if it works, it works.
True. Oh, Mona. Oh, bye, Mona.
She's died before because of shit like that. I've just been flying around and then a cutscene fucking happens and I drop from the sky like 50 feet. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Genshin.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Yeah.
But first, Mona dead.
Oh, it's
or
just
not.
me. Oh, okay. I don't like
Wait.
when I'm by myself. Hold on a second.
Wait, does that mean technically because you swapped to the Traveler, Mona's saved?
Perhaps. I don't know.
Synth here. And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea. Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep, it's super obvious.
I feel like we're in an episode of Breaking Bad, but with water. Jesse, we need to make primordial sea. Jesse.
Looks like some kind of
We need to make more
research.
synth, Jesse.
Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Are you okay, Paimon?
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Oh.
The Traveler's face is like, I'm so done with this
Right?
little shit.
So that's why you did all of these experiments. Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
It do be insane. Well, shit.
Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain?
I've heard
Paimon
of
thought
lottery.
he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it! Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
I
Me
don't
too,
know.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
This is Paimon with a handy dandy notebook. There you go.
Right.
Jesse.
Oh my god, stop.
Jesse, we need to Jesse, we need to cook.
We need to cook right now.
We
God,
need to cook some.
that
we
was
need to cook more
one of the
sushi.
most like roller coasters of a show I've ever fucking watched.
Unfortunately never seen it, but I only know about it because of the memes.
Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
Is it worth watching all the seasons, or?
I recommend it because there's just so much that, like, I don't know. It's just an emotional roller coaster. You're just like, what the fuck?
It's about finding someone
Like,
to
there's so many depths to it, and the ending is like extremely interesting, in my opinion.
prove the existence of the third person, right?
I gotta like start like watching.
Like, you know,
shows.
it's never gonna end well, but like,
Yeah, it's gonna end.
the depth of like the different levels of humanity in it, like, are so interesting to me.
Of his organization.
Because you have people doing bad things for good reasons, you have people doing good things for bad reasons, and then you have people that are just doing bad things for bad reasons just because they can.
Whatever he wants to make our lives miserable.
I have to start watching like more live action shows like that. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't watch his super lot, but
let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. Oh, they're all just so evil.
Is that the invitation to Smash Brothers? What the hell?
it does look like it, doesn't it? Okay.
Paimon just picks it up, and also you just hear the chorus of Smash Brothers as the theme song, and Paimon's like, oh, I'm gonna put this back.
Oh, the pool. Okay. I was wondering what I was supposed to...
There's an important-looking basin over here.
Primordial Z-Water! Don't drink it!
That
Actually, it
means
would affect us, but
this
still.
is where they make all the synth. And that special water is the main ingredient.
Damn it, Jesse, they found their secret
Water,
ingredient.
you get synth, but the pure
You're
stuff
gonna
can
have to
dissolve
watch
a
it
human.
now, bro.
I know.
Paimon will
I
take
know.
notes on this incriminating evidence.
It was something I binged, like, really hardcore until I finished, because I wanted to see how it all
What was
ended
the-
up.
I'm trying to think. The last like non-anime show I watched was The Walking Dead.
Oh, I
And
hated
think
the way they ended that so bad.
I think I stopped.
It made me so upset.
I think I stopped after Negan. The season Negan debuted. I think I stopped after that.
I liked it until after they beat Negan, and then after that, it just was not good. Like, they kept trying to do more things that just weren't
Why are all
working.
these cute things labeled with different girls' name, huh?
I'm kind of still pissed though because my prediction never came true. I wanted them to introduce like Clementine in some regard.
Into water.
Oh yeah, they made that a total extra thing, but yeah, that would be...
That means... Oh, this is
Like capitalizing on the games, basically.
Yeah, it would have been cool if they would have at least done like a little
everything here, and it seems
like
our
cameo in
theories
an
were
episode or
spot on.
something.
But
Those games were
Like-
so good though. They were some of my favorites.
yeah,
I actually have a Violet
anything that
cosplay
reveals
from the
its true
third game.
identity.
Well, it's a closet
I-
cosplay, but you know.
It wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time ago. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit. Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Yeah, Paimon, tell him.
Insert like buff Paimon emote here.
Right? So what are we doing now? Because we've looked at all the clues, right? Are we going back?
No, because you have to. There was one that was lit up you missed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, I'm being Paimon. I'm emergency fat food.
Flip that. Where?
Push E.
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 I can fucking do that. Okay, I've gotten that.
Little did you know you remembered this, that you did this last part, but I mean, I don't blame
I
you for
forgot.
forgetting because... No, I don't blame you for it, because I forgot it too when I first did this.
I've gotten all those. What do you mean?
I think you have to so basically you have to reevaluate all of them.
Really? Okay.
And that.
You take that side, and Paimon will take
Fine.
this side. Check everything carefully. We'll find something for sure.
I just realized, Paimon, where's your glasses and stuff?
Oh, she's not using them anymore, I guess.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
I found it!
Oh, really? Let Paimon see. Wellnayr. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Let's see.
Get the tea.
Aw, it's just a normal diary chronicling their love story. She was so sweet too.
Aww.
Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now. So many! A whole page's worth! But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was... Marcel. Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Wellnayr's grown son? Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
We don't have all day, Paimon.
We don't have all day for your one brain cell to tick. We have to go.
It's funny because between the two of us, we're barely working on like
image do
one
you
brain
see,
cell, maybe
Marcel?
a half.
Is it a man named Vache?
Yes.
Oh, so you do know that name.
Yes, recap
Merely
for us,
surprised
please.
you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
We're gonna
I
walk
was
into the
waiting
room and
for
be
you
like,
to say
objection! Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically.
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
Listen here, this is fucking important.
Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
Yes.
Thank
we
you,
have.
Farina.
Thank you.
Farina.
You're so much more reasonable this episode. Oh wait, what? The serious disappearance of young woman case record. What evidence reveals the true identity of Vache? Oh, what the fuck? Oh god. Okay. Yes.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
What?
Huh?
What?
We've investigated your lair.
I'm so not used to her talking. She only talks like once every 6 million voice lines.
On the hopes of bringing her back to you. You've even created Marcel as a new identity. And destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
Blasphemy!
So even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
Wait.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong? You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignere's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Vignere is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow.
Okay, guilty.
But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Can't dissolve!
What the
Do you all see? I can't go, I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
Dude is fucking nuts.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch
me! I have to
losing his absolute fucking mind.
I have to get this. I have to get the drum sound effect ready because of what Slappy just said in chat. So I'll wait for you to read it.
Is it making an impact?
Yeah. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
By impact, you mean
At this
crazy,
point,
dude.
The verdict
Yes.
of this trial is clear. With
Why is
Mr.
your Roulette
Marcel's
sitting like a
conviction,
girl? What?
Charges
What?
against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like
Alright,
that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler,
girly, by the way.
please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case. The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover, Vignere.
Hello.
During an underwater expedition, Vignere accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignere back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson.
Poisson?
Poisson.
During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method. However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vacher's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
A kid here. This is a courtroom.
The oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vacher. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale,
Insert a
Mr.
dance
Vacher
emote.
is
Gesundheit.
guilty.
A croissant!
Guards! Take
Croissant.
Vacher away.
Today I went to go visit
Good.
Croissant.
It's what he
Croissant!
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have
Hell
thought the true
yeah, we
culprit would
did.
be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
We bring the bad guy to justice! He's hurt so many innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves.
Damn, she's so fucking happy
you
about
okay?
this.
Oh.
Oh, what the fuck's going on?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
That sells a croissant.
Day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be that easy.
It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner.
I'm here for you, girl.
See,
I
Papa?
got you.
Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Please wait just one moment,
me,
Mr. Tartaglia.
princess.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial can conclude.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the
that
laws
was good.
of Fontaine.
That was a good line.
This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
There's a meme with that saying, by the way, where everyone just dances. I'll just send it to you.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is guilty.
Oh?
Hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
That's not funny, man.
What's with this verdict? Is your
That was
justice
Zach.
machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Vtuber harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
Jess, what's going on here?
What's
The
going
judgment of
on?
the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by
Gesundheit
law,
again.
the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict.
That's not correct,
Guards,
though.
please take the suspect
Damn, everyone's
into
got like a
custody
cold or
per
something in
protocol.
this region.
But he didn't fucking do it!
Cutscene?
No, he's like, I'm gonna do a duel. Like, I don't give a shit.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules.
I've got mine.
Well, I've got mine too!
There he goes. Yep. He's like, I ain't going to prison. Fuck that.
My age child, but he does have pretty badass cutscenes.
Yeah. He's still really fucking cool. I mean, he's very sassy. And easy to dislike.
It's just too bad he shipped via Traveler.
But I always ship him with Geo Daddy.
He's activating his spell legacy!
Farina's like, listen, bitch. Not in my courtroom, okay?
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Damn. Oh.
All that for a drop of blood.
Damn. He said what he
Literally.
said.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on?
Come on, man, he's a child!
Apologies.
That's so
This
good.
is also the first time I've
Love you so
encountered
much
this
for that.
situation. However, according to the
There you are.
rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system,
Your
the
court
Oratrice's
system
judgment
fucking
is the
sucks,
final verdict of the
bro.
court. All
Bailiff,
I do is
whack his
follow court
pee-pee.
procedure. As
Excuse
for
me?
why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Oh?
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it!
Ouch.
I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
Sus? Sus?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest citizens.
None of that happened.
Did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court?
Just gonna say it again.
Really
Yes, I
believe that
did,
the judgment
actually.
could be mistaken.
By the way,
or
Luca's with
be
her
the
still.
result of some sort of
Just
random
randomly
mishap.
standing
She's just
there.
standing there,
Don't
yeah.
tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement. And, of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the
Slappy,
Oratrice
whose
shall
outfit are you talking
never
about?
render an arbitrary judgment. If you thought Child had nothing to
assuming
do with
Farina.
the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's
fuck
done,
he's on about?
not to
Shut
mention the
up.
danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable.
Yee, Farina.
All
She
shall
does have
be
cute outfits. I
revealed
like it.
in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions.
I just want her crown.
As well as the
We
absolute
know
correctness
you
of
do.
the
You said it
Oratrice's
6 million times.
I know.
Get her costume. Get her crown. I'm sure they might
Now,
sell it separately.
having
I
said
don't know.
that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end. As the lead
You didn't even do
actress,
anything
I
that
shall
whole
be the
fucking
first to take
time.
my leave. Toodaloo.
It's like the
So she chose
what
to
is
make
the
her escape after all, did she?
my work here is done, but you didn't
You're
do
saying we
anything.
shouldn't put
Walks
much
away.
stock into what she just said?
It's like that meme. She literally did nothing that whole
She
time.
probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea. However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Alright. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. So he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
You know, like also, you know, not telling us where my brother is, or almost killing me once or twice. You know, oh my god, Chi-Chi and Roulette. The side by side looks so weird.
There you go.
Who is this little child?
Alright, well that was some development I wasn't expecting.
Fun fact, you actually can go on Verina's seat, but I think you need,
oh, really?
You need, like, I think you need, like, a combination of characters.
Faster?
Like, an actually
Okay,
specific...
faster.
I forgot what combination. I don't have Venti, so I was able to do it by other means.
Oh, I had Venti, actually. Probably, like, Zhongli, Venti...
Hey, what are you doing? Quick, stop him!
What are we doing?
Oh.
What are we doing?
Traveler!
Marcel!
Hey, Traveler!
Fuck you, bro. Listen here.
Marcel, what are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest. Cease, or we'll add another
Oh,
charge
he's
to the
definitely gonna be arrested.
No,
Thank
wait.
God.
I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, please, just let me ask this one small thing.
Go on.
Thank you. Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache? I erased all
internet?
records of that name. So, unless...
It was in a cutscene, sir.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been convicted.
Really? You did? You're sure? You met her? But how could that be? How did you manage to do it?
I am able to do a lot of things, okay,
Fountain
that
of
nobody
Lucine?
freaking understands, but we just roll with it.
Then she's been so close to me all along.
But, you know, Mom and Dad and Vicky... I'm sorry.
Please, please give me a chance to talk to her again.
I
Just
heard
let the
it at
Traveler
a
take me to the fountain
Wendy's.
to
Sir,
see
this
her
is a
one last time.
Wendy's.
This is the last request I'll ever make in my life.
Uh-huh.
You can do whatever you want to me afterwards. I don't care.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants when he's only done a ton of super terrible things?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your life?
Of course! Wait, no. It's worth even more than my life.
Humans. Will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor, I fear that...
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
In that case, I shall leave him in your most capable hands, Chief Justice.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's talk to this bitch. He stabbed my box of cookies. What? Cause he's a serial killer. Really, he's not really a... I guess he kind of is, isn't he? Yeah. He did make a lot of people disintegrate. That's true.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Oh, he's from Shiznaya, so it shouldn't
Yeah.
make him disappear.
I could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well? Oh, in that case...
Vache.
Blasphemous!
Yes, that's it. So you heard it too.
Wellnayr, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache? Vache.
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Wellnayr? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait!
And she's gonna be like, you bitch. How could you kill all of those girls? Fuck you.
Wellnayr, is that you?
Oh.
It's me, Vache! Wellnayr!
The way it turned, I was like, is he like flailing in water?
Why did you come? Didn't I say? You.
Nyawookie crisps. Oh my goodness. If I ever had a cereal based off of my VTuber, Nyawookie crisps.
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. Nothing else mattered to me.
This has been kind of relaxing though. It's because it's mostly been
Who would have thought
cutscenes.
I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings
watching
like
watching an anime.
Yeah, you are
I mean, isn't Genshin sometimes literally just cutscene watching?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the story quests are like 90% cutscenes.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
If you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
Damn. She said what she said.
What are you saying?
Gasp.
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
Damn. She's like, fuck you, bitch.
You are not Vnyr.
God motherfucking damn.
You're right. I am not Vnyr.
Ah.
I am the sacrifice.
All the people he killed.
Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals. But we became
No, he disintegrated like hundreds of women. With it's complicated with primordial seawater.
I'm Azine. The only one I am not is Vnyr.
Why? But then, where is Vnyr?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you.
Sorta, yeah,
This is
but
what
with
you get for
magic
your
water.
selfishness.
Yeah.
Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time
true.
and time
He
again that you'd
was
do
not a
any
good
and
man.
everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became? You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist.
Said what she said.
The only thing
Jack
you are
the
not
Soaker.
Vinier's beloved.
Jack the Soaker.
From
Yeah,
the
I'm
moment
sure she's
your
not
first
happy
victim
with him
died,
after
and
everything
her
he did.
consciousness merged with Vinier's. She has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
It was a trap.
Yes.
She can't hate me. Let me see her, please. Have mercy.
If I was her, I wouldn't want to see him either.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vnyr. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy
Fucking
to
get
you.
him. Rip him apart.
Vache. Vache? Vache. Vache. Vache.
Damn, like a fucking horror game.
Drown.
Damn.
The river.
Get fucking wrecked, bro.
The river. Drown in it.
Drown in it. Marcel appeared to have lost his soul. Yeah, I'd say so.
Several days later.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Well met, partner.
Oh, hey, girl.
I knew
Hey,
something great
girl.
was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood
What's
today.
been going on?
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia!
Was the bomb really necessary?
Paimon's already started to miss
Why
you.
not?
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon. Who wouldn't treasure having a partner like me?
Bacon!
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia. What have you been busy with since the trial?
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the court since then. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one was going to come. This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago. Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service. Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yeah, way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me.
Oh, whoa.
Wouldn't take no for an answer.
Oh.
I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Rose. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever since. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece on the serial disappearances case.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now her wish has finally come true too.
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the opera house with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for sure.
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clarand out for a meal.
Oh, whoa! A date? Oh,
whoa! While you were investigating Vache's headquarters, Clarand gave testimony on my father's behalf.
Aww. So sweet of her.
It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time.
Well, you're gonna be awkward because
so
you're
we
gay,
took the
so.
chance to reconcile with each other.
It's fine. It's what we do.
Paimon also thought Clarand wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good
happy.
to have more friends.
Yay.
Anyway,
that makes me happy.
now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened, as well as how it all ended. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
We want to go too. We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that
It's
case,
what we do.
everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dawn.
Poisson.
Yeah, you're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days now.
Oh, it's like weathering with you. We're just gonna have non-stop rain.
By the way, I took her at a I took her out for a meal. I mean a date. I mean a meal. I mean a date.
what?
I mean
This is where my father's grave is.
literally the whole
To be
cutscene.
perfectly honest, even I haven't been back here for a long time.
Huh? There's someone there already. Wait. That figure. It can't be.
Hmm?
Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
Uh-oh.
Slap him in the
Here we
face.
go.
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize.
Well, then I'm sorry. I said
show my
stop.
father how much I've grown, but still,
Why is it so hard when people say not to
Chief
apologize?
Justice would feel compelled to
It's so hard
apologize
not
me
to
over and
apologize
over.
for not apologizing.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette.
I think everyone
In any
does.
case, why did you come to Poisson?
Poisson. Some characters say
Ever
it
since
more
that day,
than others.
I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway?
Nervalette's just
There was
Hydro
once a time
John
when
Lee.
I didn't want to believe that
He
there could
really
be anything
is,
more important
though.
to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all
Nutella.
for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than...
I mean, close enough. I'll take it.
So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person.
I still can't believe though it's a different voice
I should
actor,
have
but I
noticed
just
all of
hear
this much sooner.
I just hear Jean Lee when I hear him talk, or when I see
Yeah.
him,
Regret has
like in
filled me
general.
with a sadness.
He
that
has the
haunted me
same
for
like
days.
demeanor,
That
like
high
the
and
very
mighty chair
calm.
in the opera
Although he
epic
smiles a
indeed
lot less.
insulates one
Gong
from
Li
many
actually does
important
kind of
things.
smile a bit more.
Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
No. I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that.
I thought you said you were gonna stop apologizing!
Strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need
Exactly!
to apologize?
Ah, so Navia and Nervalette seem
Good.
to have made their peace
Yeah, exactly!
now.
Get him,
Let's not
Slappy!
disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
Yeah, he does kind of seem like Hydro Zongli for sure. I get that vibe. 100%.
That took almost the whole night, by the way.
Jesus.
Paimon's never paid respects at
Oh, he's still
someone's-
standing up there! He's just standing there, looking menacingly.
Paimon didn't know that was a thing.
I'm expecting it to like randomly just like you see him do the Fortnite dance where it's like randomly in the background.
You won't be too mad. Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
This child walking up to me.
Hello. Runs right past him.
Oh,
Hello.
it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see, I see.
I see, I see.
Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions, if that's okay.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
2 + 2.
What?
I can ask you any questions. What's 2 + 2?
Special water as water from the primordial sea, but what is it really?
Oh, I'm happy, Slappy.
Truthfully,
yeah.
that name is already quite accurate.
I'm glad you're starting to feel
I
better.
can only surmise that Vache and his ilk
I heard
only
you
learned
weren't
of its
feeling
nature
great.
and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today.
Oh, there's a Hydroculus over there.
Most
oh,
of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea.
Hold up, Nervalet, and you just start
say
running.
that life on this planet.
I'm gonna be finding following a guide to get them all anyway later.
Call it primordial then.
But I collected quite
But
a few
today,
on
the
my
primordial
own
sea no longer
so far.
exists on the planet's surface. What Vache discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
Huh. So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Nervalet.
Good insight.
If that's the case, then
That one's not as bad as the other one.
Your trees make at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life,
If I ever meet
suddenly
Ray
reverse
Chase
itself
again,
and
who
devour
voices
life
him,
instead?
I want to ask
To
him
be
how many
frank,
takes it
that
took
also
before he
doesn't
actually
match
like
my
nailed the
understanding of
line.
this world
Just saying that. I actually
The
do.
aura
Just-
trees do, yeah, that one.
The people of this land.
Like I'm curious to see how many
Is
takes it
there
took him to
anything
finally
else you'd
like
like to ask
nail
me
it.
about?
Yee, that's good. The prophecy.
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away for good.
Yeah, that one.
Does that appropriately summarize the version you've heard?
that's right. It was Linny that told us back then. And that about covers all the main points.
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point where we have no choice but to confront this prophecy directly. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels, and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved.
Hello, Kitty.
We should
What
be
are you
more
doing?
vigilant, and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy,
friend.
Farina has also always taken it quite
Hello,
seriously.
Kitty. What are you
Indeed,
doing?
she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose.
She says it's pet time.
If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
Oh, he just dodged that question completely.
My apologies. My investigation has still not reached its conclusion. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
Slappy.
For many years, I've been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it. Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I've been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
Hello. She says, I just lay on your arm
So when
like this.
Lily
Thank you.
told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored,
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede. If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed by the law.
if you ask Paimon, the only compensation decision he'll want is a no-hold
Yep.
fight.
Yep. And
Is there
Clorinde. He
anything
really
else
wants
you'd
to
like
fight
ask me
Clorinde.
about?
I was gonna
So
say-
bad. He's
Well,
like,
I'm
let me
so-
fight that bitch.
Another blonde-haired traveler.
I was gonna say, like, is there anything else I would
sorry,
ask you?
but I've
Yes,
never
is there a
seen
way I
anything
could
that matches
visit,
the
like, you know,
description.
personally visit her alone?
If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter, and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera Epicles. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
I think that's everything.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. I very much enjoyed
Hello.
conversing with you. It will soon be time
She
for
do
me
a
to
stare
leave
at
this
me.
blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well. This is merely the nature of a justice's work.
All right. You've got a point. Huh? Paimon just noticed that the rain has stopped.
Hey, we did it! Act 2, let's fucking go, everybody!
So I believe...
We've been walking around for a while now.
Oh!
Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula
I got a
base in the
memory.
court of Fontaine and have a rest?
Yes!
Navia said something about having a place ready for us there, didn't she? Come on, let's go!
Let's go.
Is
So
that for
go.
the... I'm assuming that's for the next thing.
Nice. Kitty, I must retrieve my hand. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have to touch the things on the screen. Hold on. Oh, yay! I got an extra pull.
Kitty.
Noise.
Kitty just, you know... Wait. You know, Kitty just be like...
Yes. That is not what he sounds like, though.
Oh, I was ready for some good tea next chapter. I let, you know...
Oh, this is story. Oh, I see. Okay, I was like, why are these guys in here for this quest? It's because it's only the second part of this whole thing. Okay. Because they weren't even in that second Archon quest at all.
What?
Anyways! Okay, so I've got these two. Got these two to work on.
I hate how the story quest thing is lit up despite the fact you can't do it.
Right. Oh, I can do Lenny, apparently.
Breathe.
I'll be
Hold
honest
on.
with you. I would wait to do everyone else's till you've actually like done. Yeah, exactly.
Done. Well, all of these I can't do till after I beat the third one, but I can do Lenny's.
But
we can do them all, since they're like story driven for
Certain
Fontaine. We can do all of these on a separate stream after we finish.
Like I said
like
to you,
the third
yeah.
arc.
Like I said to you
Because they're
before,
story
like I said to you,
driven and Fontaine.
like I said to you before, I request we do Farina's first because it's a really good quest.
Bro.
You just want Navia so you can see what's her name, don't you?
I said nothing about this. Don't you judge me, bitch. Listen here, bitch. Okay, so let's get to the next spot.
At least let's end on a poetry.
I'm sorry, Ollie. I hope things get better at your job.
Yeah.
For you. Yeah. My job's really like physically stressful, and I always feel like I don't think I'm one of the slower ones, but sometimes I feel like I am, and that I But I always have to take breaks and stuff because it's hard. But you know, you gotta respect your own pace and for your own sake, mentally and physically. Alright, let's find somebody to raid since we finished our story quest, and we can do everything else at a different time.
Can't wait. Same time next week? No, I'm just kidding.
Same time next week? I mean, possibly. I don't know. I should be, if the roads aren't too bad, I should be going to work tomorrow, and I'll be free after. And then Thursday, I'm off, but I'm supposed to stream with Alice.
Well,
and possibly Witchy Pan Days, so Thursday may or may not be open for another stream. I don't know.
Well, hey, you know, I mean, we could just literally just do a 2-day Genshin thing since we're almost done, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we could try to plan for tomorrow. I'll let you know if I'm, like, home or not, and if I have to go into work, then we'll just do 6 p.m. and if not, then I can do earlier or whatever time, depending on my energy levels and whatnot. So we'll plan it from there. So we'll try again for tomorrow, everybody. Try to finish out the Archon quest. Let's freaking go, everybody.
And then we can plan a day to do Furina's story thing, because we're
gonna do all of their stories.
Oh, we're gonna try and nail down all of them?
We can try.
Because if so, I was gonna say that would be cool.
Oh, I want to do all of them on stream because they're all Fontaine story quests, so they're all related to the region, so it would make sense.
The only one I have not done is... Can I see the list one more time? By chance?
Fine.
Just so...
No,
just
it's not a big deal, it's 2 buttons.
No, I know, I just want to see. The only one
I haven't even met him yet.
Yeah, I have not done Lenny, Nervalette, or Wornsley.
Right.
I've not done those 3. So it would be a live raw reaction for me. So that
I guess I'll hear it in game, but yeah. I definitely want to hit up these 2 first.
Yeah.
Because obviously cute girls. And then after that we can do the other 3. But I'd like to do all of them on stream because of they're all story requests, so they're heavy story related and related to, and they're all Fontaine characters, so it would make sense that we do them on stream during our Fontaine stuff.
I just feel bad. I just feel bad because I neglected Furina's story quest on my stream. I did it privately, and I was like, I should have streamed it. So that's why I'm like,
dim thighs. I think Navia's got bigger thighs than Furina, but that's...
Let me tell you something as a Genshin pro simper.
Listen,
it's Navia.
But Clorin's got the thickest thighs, am I right?
Oh, Ollie, without spoiling anything, I was bawling.
Aww.
So,
I don't want any spoilers, no spoilers. I don't know anything about it yet, so...
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna find somebody to raid. There's the raid message. Please copy it whenever we go to raid and send your love to whoever I choose. Let's see who's on the list. People I can bother.
Ollie, oxygen free.
What? You're so funny.
Ow.
I'm trying to pick somebody that is playing a game that I am very fond of right now. Nobody's playing Genshin. That's surprising. Okay.
There's nothing going on right now. That's probably why.
There is for me! I still have stuff to do!
I know.
I'll probably, even after I do the story quest, like, if I still want to, like, binge some stuff, I'll probably, like, binge just me romping around Fontaine doing, like, collecting the Oculuses, the Hydroculuses, and, all that fun stuff. Farming stuff for Lynette, you know. But after story stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see what Rhea's doing. Rhea's streaming.
Stubbs toe. Awa.
There's no. She doesn't have a category on right now. It looks like she's just chatting for the moment. Oh, she's doing karaoke, I think.
Oh.
Okay.
The
She's trying to get to 1K, so.
Well, let's raid her and try to get her to 1K, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but we can try our best. She's at like 800 something, so it's possible. But yeah, Ray is a real sweetheart. She, I think I've streamed Genshin with her before. But she's real sweet. She plays a lot of Genshin, and she plays a lot of, she does a lot of singing and just chatting and other fun stuff, so she's a real good friend of mine, and I really appreciate her, so let's try to get her as many follows and as many watches as possible, shall we?
Yeet.
Yee. Alright, so we're gonna plan to stream Genshin again tomorrow, and we're gonna be doing, hopefully, a Degrees of Separation stream with Alice, and possibly Melisma if she wants to join in, and then we're probably gonna do Security Breach with Panday. So, that's what I got going on this week, but hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow for more Genshin streams, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye!
Peace.